Hi everybody! Today we're going to be talking about Lesson 3, Missing Numbers in Addition and Subtraction. So we're going to be trying to find a missing number. It could be an addend, it could be a sum, it could be the difference, but we're going to find the missing number in a fairly simple addition and subtraction problem. So the first thing I want to do is I want to remind you about our terms. Okay, so here I've rewritten our problem, and I'm reminding you that in this problem, 12 and m are addends. Okay, an addend is just two numbers you add together. The answer to an addition problem is a sum. So in this problem, 12 and m are addends, and 31 is our sum. Now we use m as a variable. Okay, m right here. This is called a variable, which means I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what m represents. I'm going to have to solve to find out. So, some of you may be saying, hey, I have a pretty good idea right off the bat of how to solve this problem. If you do, that's great. If you aren't quite sure, I'm going to remind you about our fact families. And I had that written over here in blue a minute ago. I'm going to rewrite it up again. And of course, you should be writing all of this down. So a fact family, let's take a simple one. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 5 minus 2 equals 3. And 5 minus 3 equals 2. So here's a fact family. I took the same three numbers, and just by rearranging them 4 different ways, I was able to show or solve that problem 4 different ways. I can add twice, I can subtract. The sum of my addition problem becomes my whole, or my minuend, fancy word, of my subtraction problem. So then now let's take this information and let me get rid of this little fact family. But we're going to use the same fact family concept to solve this example. Okay, so we have 12 plus m equals 31. Can't really solve that yet. We don't know what m is, but if I take this and I flip it around, we have m plus 12 equals 31. So here are my two addition problems. I just flip-flopped the addends. Now I'm going to do my two subtraction. 31 minus m equals 12, or 31 minus 12 equals m. Now, by looking at this, the only one that I can actually solve to find m is this one right here. Some of you may be thinking, yeah, I knew that. I have to subtract in order to find it. I didn't need to go through all these steps. If that's the case, great. If you really weren't sure, go through the process of writing all 4 fact family problems until you find the one where the variable is in your answer, either your sum or your difference. So now I can solve 31 minus 12. Can't do 1 minus 2, so I have to borrow. Becomes an 11. 11 minus 2 is 9. 2 minus 1 is 1. So my answer is 19 equals m. And here's the box for my final answer. If you want to double check yourself, you can. 12 plus 19 now should equal 31. 2 plus 9 is 11, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And so I see that my answer is in fact correct. Okay? All right, let's go into example 2. Okay, example 2. Find the value of n this time. 36 plus 17 plus 5 plus n equals 64. Well, I always rewrite my problems. So we're going to rewrite 36, 17, 5, n equals 64. Now, the first step that I have to do is I need to add up these three numbers in order to make it into a simplified problem. So 36 plus 17 plus 5. 36, 17, 5. 6 plus 7 is 13. 13 plus 5 is 18. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay? So now, using my fact family problem, I'm going to rewrite this the same way. 58 plus n equals 64. N plus 58 equals 64. 64 minus 58 equals n. And 64 minus n equals 58. So which one of these has the variable n in the answer? That's going to be this one right here. Okay, so now I can solve it. 64 minus 58 equals 4 minus 8. I can't do, I have to borrow. 6 becomes a 5, 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 8 is 6. 5 minus 5 is 0. So n equals 6. Okay, there's your answer. You need to be showing all of this work in your math notebook. Feel free to pause and copy down as much as you need to. Okay? If you're ready, let's go on to example 3. Okay, example 3. This time we are given a subtraction problem. W minus 16 equals 24. But we can solve it exactly the same way. W minus 16 equals 24. W minus 24 equals 16 because W has to be our whole number because that's what you're starting with in a subtraction problem. Okay? 16 plus 24 equals W, and 24 plus 16 equals W. Now, both of these two problems right here have W as their sum. You can use either one to solve the problem because with addition, it doesn't matter which way you add, you will get the same answer. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and I'm going to erase my W. Whoa, not what I wanted to do. Sorry, give it a sec, it'll rewrite it for you. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to add 4 plus 6 is 10, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So W equals 40, or 40 equals W, and here is my answer. Okay? All right, let's go on to example number 4. Okay, find the value of y. You are, of course, going to rewrite it vertically. 236 minus y equals 152. 236 minus 152 equals y. And I can stop right here because I have found my variable in the answer, in the difference. If you want to keep going just to double check, you can, that's fine. 152 plus y equals 236, or y plus 152 equals 236. Okay, so again, This subtraction problem right here is the only one that has the variable in the answer or in the difference. So we will go ahead and solve it. Okay, 6 minus 2 is 4. I can't do 3 minus 5. I have to borrow from the 2. It becomes a 1. This becomes 13. 13 minus 5 is 8 equals y. So there is my answer. Okay? You may show as little or as much work as you need to in the lesson practice, as long as you feel that you are understand this concept. If you struggle, write down your fact family. All four of these are a fact family. Okay? I have 3 numbers that when you add or subtract them together, get their opposites. Okay? If you have any questions, we will answer them tomorrow. Have a good night.